Southwest Diamond, holding a run number 30 Broad Street, 1022.
Well, Detroit is the most segregated city in the United States.
Water is a human right, not just for the rich and white.
We stay stretched, you niggas wanna play, we will stretch your motherfucking ass out around this bitch.
The first opportunity I have to escape, I am going to.
Imagine a first world city with third world rates. A city planned in the 20th century for the American dream. Yet, decade after decade, has become their worst nightmare. When the symbols of progress and industry sink, when the streets become empty, and neighborhoods become ghost towns, when being black is not to be equal, but different, the motor of an uncertain future gets stuck at the gates of hell.
Charlie, ¿cómo es posible que Detroit, que fue planificado para ser la tierra prometida, el sueño americano, se ha convertido en un cadáver?
This is the question. Detroit was the richest city in America, more rich than New York. More people owned houses. There was so much work here, automobiles. So what happened? Well, foreign competition. Japanese started making a good car. Oil prices went through the roof. We had a race riot. Race is a witch here. You had the mortgage meltdown. So many things happened that you can't just point to one. But what we do know happened is it collapsed. Over half the people left. The poorest are left over. The houses are empty. And we're trying to rebuild it by using what's left of the public's money. Now we're building a new sports arena. This is public money that was intended for the schools, the worst schools in America. I thought we went bankrupt to get money for public safety. Now they turned the lights on. It's good. You know how they turned the lights on? They took money out of the police. The mayor here has a federal grand jury for stealing demolition money.
Hablando como hablas, sin pelos en la lengua, tienes muchos enemigos.
Fuck 'em. Because when I worked for Fox around the country and Detroit, they told me to lay off of Trump, lay off the governor of Michigan, and lay off the new mayor of Detroit, and him stealing the federal money. I said, then fuck it, I quit. I'll figure it out. I'm writing a new book. I don't care.
¿Para qué?
My mother's proud of me.
¿Qué es para ti Detroit hoy?
Detroit is my home. I'm engaged in trying to make it better. I can help with my pen and my camera.
La gente de Detroit, el ciudadano real de Detroit, tiene esperanza, tiene futuro.
We don't have enough ambulances. We don't have enough police. We don't have good schools. We don't have good housing stock. We don't have enough jobs. What's really being said here in Detroit is you have this small downtown area for new, young people, white people. What about the black people out there? The majority of the population is black in Detroit. It's the biggest black city in America. It's also the poorest. This is the American riddle, this thing called race.
Aquí hay una línea que separa lo blanco de lo negro. Suena a segregación de alguna manera.
I tell you what, I put it on you to go visit and look with an open eye, and you answer that question yourself.
The unfortunate capital of poverty, unemployment, illiteracy, and evictions. It's also, for many, a divide between races. The race riots are history and open wounds in Detroit. The most violent of all was in 1967. An instant that ended with hundreds of wounded people, 7,000 arrested, and 43 dead in 5 days of hate and fury. Since then, the white rich people have fled to the suburbs, leaving the city center for the poor black.
Hay un problema de racismo hoy en Detroit.
Well, Detroit is the most segregated city in the United States, actually.
Un afroamericano levanta más sospechas que un blanco.
You could be downtown, and we have white people who walk around with open containers of alcohol and consume them, and police will see them doing that. They will not have an encounter with the police, but yet let a black person do that downtown or anywhere in the city. I can almost guarantee you 99.9% of the time there will be an encounter between police officer and said black person.
Como afroamericano es algo con lo que se tiene uno que acostumbrar a vivir.
I have a son that's 26 years old, and we've had that talk before he went off to college. If he's accosted by police officers for any reason, how to conduct yourself. You know, the most important thing is to get through it alive and then come back with your attorney. You know, it's better to deal with it that way than have me in front of a camera talking about what happened to my son and we got a plan for his funeral. So.
Habla de vivir o morir. Hay víctimas.
In the capital of crime, civilian organizations denounce this pressure on the citizens, the majority of which are African Americans and poor, which goes beyond physical harm and bullets. Dozens of thousands of times, it's as essential and mundane as shutting off the water supply.
Got some water for you today.
This is the amount that I owe. This is what they want me to pay. You know, you guys been bringing me water, which has been a great help.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you guys are godsend.
So that's going to be the challenge, is getting you on a payment plan that fits your income.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's what we really need the department and the city to do.
Está lloviendo ahora y es precisamente el agua una de las razones por las que vosotros lucháis. ¿Cuántas familias actualmente no tienen agua aquí?
Your guess is as good as ours. Go ahead and pick a number. Just any number. Pick a number out the sky, because that's what you're going to have to do, because the water department won't tell anybody.
In 2014, there was over 150,000 people. That was half of 40% of the population in the city of Detroit.
That's the number that's been going around, but there's no confirmation of that.
No confirmation.
There's no record of that, because the system is very, very corrupt and needs to be redone. Water is being used as the new gold or the new oil, you know? It's just, they know you need it to live.
They shut off people and would bring you down to the water department. They could be grandma on a dialysis machine. It could be a man that's dealing with a heart condition. So you're gonna sign off on a payment plan arrangement that you knew that you couldn't keep up in the first place, but they play off the desperation of people.
Lo que estáis diciendo es que la solución temporal o la solución que la ciudad de Detroit le da a las personas que no pueden pagar sus facturas de agua es entrar en un plan que les atrapa más.
More than half of the city is illiterate. So if you bring someone in who you know can't read, put the document in front of you. Half of you can't read. You sign it anyway. They don't explain it. They don't point anything out. You sign it, it's a wrap. Most payment arrangements are based off of income. The water department's payment arrangement is based off of your bill and what they say you should pay them. That's not a payment plan.
¿Cuánto puede gastarse una familia mensualmente en el agua?
The last bill I remember paying $230-something, and that was for 1 month. How did the bill go from $30 every 3 months to $130 per month? And no one has a real explanation other than, oh, we added sewerage onto the bill. What sewerage? Where's the sewerage? How do you justify? That's the biggest issue. So if you can't justify them, why am I paying them? And I lived without my water and my 5 children. My children knocking on the door, hey, mommy, we hungry. They don't care nothing about the water being shut off, you know? So now that's a lot of trauma put on one person. I was afraid, you understand? Because when they shut your water off, in 72 hours, the state can come and take your children. I'm now in the risk of, my survival is at risk, you know?
Está usted retirado, está jubilado. ¿En qué ha trabajado?
I used to work at Ford Motor Company, and then I went into sales. I used to sell life insurance. I sold cars. And also I was assistant manager at a ladies' shoe store.
Ha trabajado toda su vida. ¿Tiene usted una pensión?
Almost $1,000.
¿Alguna vez ha tenido que elegir entre pagar las facturas o quizás comprar comida?
Yes, sometimes.
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva sin agua?
90 days.
¿Cuánto debe?
$1,426.32.
Lleva usted la cuenta hasta de los centavos que debe. ¿Cómo ha llegado a esta situación?
I just came home one day and it was off. And when it came to turn it on, no water. I was just kind of devastated about it because I had, you know, always tried to keep everything so that I could have. But apparently this time, you know, I didn't know that the people I had staying here at one time, they were using more water than me.
Y usted ahora no tiene agua porque estas personas, sus inquilinos, se fueron sin pagar las facturas. Y ahora esas facturas las tiene que pagar usted.
Right, right.
¿Le ha pedido ayuda a sus vecinos?
No, I have tried to handle it myself.
¿No les pide agua por no molestar o no les pide agua porque hay una parte en la que se avergüenza?
Yeah, my son was here not too long ago and back in July. I didn't want him to know. And so he had a hotel. I went there with him and I took me a shower and didn't really, you know, express to him what was going on, you know, but because I was embarrassed.
Su hijo debió pensar que era un poco extraño que fuese a su hotel a ducharse. ¿No le parecía extraño? ¿No le hizo ninguna pregunta?
No, he didn't. Just kept quiet about it. I don't know if he figured it out or not, but he eventually left and I'm still trying to get this bill paid.
¿Cuántas familias se quedarían sin agua si vosotros desaparecéis?
Let's just say it would be a catastrophe here.
We just want respect, man. Don't come up in our house and sit here, put your foot up on our our living room table and eat up all our stuff and then burp and tell us, oh, that's all you made? That's all you cooked? You know, I run this now. No, you don't. It's disrespectful. If I can't go into a suburb and say, oh, hi, how are you? I'm going to shut your water off and there's nothing you can do about it because you didn't pay me what I thought you should pay me. You're less than human. You don't deserve the one thing you need to survive.
That's right.
That's what this is about.
De la manera en que habláis y os expresáis, parece que estáis viviendo realmente en una guerra.
We are water warriors. Well, we have a saying here when we do our protest, water is a human right, not just for the rich and white. Because when you look at these water conglomeracies and people that are running these water departments or over our water systems, they are old, rich, and white. This problem didn't happen overnight, and this problem just wasn't over 30 years ago. This is an agenda that is meant to push out those that have been living here for so long to make way for a new class of people that are going to, that they want to have this metropolis.
And that's because a lot of the city property has already been bought by people from overseas. You got people in China that own parts of Detroit.
You got people in Europe.
You got people all over that own
maybe in
Detroit.
Spain they might own things here in Detroit.
Yeah, probably.
For every rich man, there must be at least 500 poor. The wealthy life of a few implies the poverty of many. The father of capitalism's words could sum up the fragile rebirth of the only city in the United States that, in 2013, opted to suspend all payments and declared bankruptcy.
Fernando, ¿qué hace un empresario español entre las ruinas de Detroit?
Donde los demás vieron un motivo para salir corriendo, nosotros encontramos una oportunidad. Las cosas nunca son lo que parecen, ¿no? Y el concurso de acreedores fue lo mejor que le pudo ocurrir a Detroit. Mira, la Packard Plant es un conjunto inmobiliario formado por 47 edificios, 40 y tantas acres y 350.000 metros cuadrados construidos.
¿Por qué escoges la Packard Plant?
Esto es un peine de norte a sur que parece que estuvo diseñado ya en el año 1903 para ser una ciudad, con la misma estructura que te permite crear una vivienda, que te permite tener una oficina, que te permite tener industria ligera, polivalencia de usos. Y finalmente el precio, que fue muy barato. Prefiero no decirte cuánto porque pierde gracia la entrevista.
Está publicado.
Ah, bueno, pues ya está.
$405.000.
Nada, $1 el metro cuadrado.
$1 el metro cuadrado.
Tú puedes comprar en Detroit a través de muchos caminos, ¿no? A mí siempre me pareció que el más adecuado era entrar en el proceso de subastas anuales que el condado, el Wayne County, abre una vez al año.
Son subastas de impagos.
O sea, aquí son muy efectivos y muy ejecutivos. Tú no pagas en 3 años, si tú dejas de pagar 3 años, te sacan a subasta la propiedad. Te inscribes, si vas a pujar por una, me parece que pagas $500, y si vas a pujar por varios, por paquetes, haces un depósito de $3.000.
Esos $3.000 valen para que pujes por todo lo que quieras.
Y si te adjudicas algo, te lo deducen del precio. El proyecto consiste en recuperar 47 edificios y que dentro de 12 o 13 o 14 años estén produciendo 40 y tantos millones de dólares en rentas. El primer edificio que ya lo tenemos alquilado sobre planos, es un edificio que producirá todos los años entre 1 millón y 2 millones de dólares en rentas. ¿Quién va a vivir aquí? Bueno, primero van a vivir los inquilinos de las oficinas. Va a ser muy difícil que sean gente del barrio porque, entre otras cosas, no están preparados para trabajar, no sé, en una oficina de arquitectura, una oficina de... Eso lo veo difícil. Después le falta la formación, porque tiran la vida fácil y porque falta la figura del padre, desestructuradas, ¿no? Sin ninguna duda.
Está viniendo mucha gente de fuera y la gente de Detroit, los Detroiters, se están yendo.
Bueno, eso se llama gentrificación, ¿no? Eso es una tragedia para un barrio Pero ocurre, claro, en cuanto sube el precio de la propiedad inmobiliaria, en cuanto vivir cuesta más, en cuanto los nuevos locales que se abren, restaurantes y tiendas, no son para los que viven allí, pues hay un movimiento migratorio. Sin embargo, en Detroit no hay un movimiento migratorio de la población afroamericana, porque no tienen dónde irse.
No hay una expulsión.
No hay una emigración. Lo que sí hay es un movimiento de inmigración muy fuerte. Para el que tenga un dinero, yo le recomiendo que en vez de comprarse una vivienda en España y se endeude hasta el final de su vida, se la compre aquí.
Para el que tenga dinero.
Para que tenga 5.000 dólares, ¿no? ¿Quién no tiene en España 5.000 euros? Y te haces propietario de una casa. Y hasta por 500 o 1.000 euros. Yo he comprado 100 y pico casas que estamos rehabilitando a una media de 2.000, 3.000 dólares por casa.
¿Y esas casas se van a alquilar?
Las estamos reformando y las alquilamos a 800, 600, 700 dólares a afroamericanos de bajo nivel tal, y dividimos la casa por plantas y tal. Entonces cada uno va a tener 1 o 2 habitaciones, van a compartir la cocina y les vamos a dar algo que no tenían aquí. El lugar de Estados Unidos donde más está subiendo la propiedad desde el 2013 es Detroit.
Why does property sell for so little? Well, the reason why is because this is the riskiest investment that any investor is going to make. You will have a lot of folks come into your house, taking pictures from the street, from the sidewalk, walking on your porch, going through the backyard, acting like they own the place. It happens every year. So there's no point to let anybody in, because the only thing they're going to know about your home is what does the outside of it look like, what does the neighborhood look like. That's it.
¿Cuáles son las razones más comunes por las que las familias aquí en la ciudad están perdiendo sus hogares?
It is unfortunately tax foreclosure, because that's the biggest threat right now. Taxes are based on how much, in large part, on how much your home is worth. And when we had the mortgage crisis, values of properties dropped as much as 90%. And you still find properties that are worth a very small amount of money that are being taxed 4 and 5 times what they're worth.
¿Puede ocurrir que una persona compre una vivienda por $1.000 y después tenga que pagar unos impuestos de propiedad sobre esa vivienda que a lo mejor sean el doble o el triple?
That can easily happen. You can also find people buying property for a small amount of money and not being aware that there's thousands of dollars of back taxes owed on it. So both of those things can happen.
Cuando uno compra una casa, lo sepa o no lo sepa, también está comprando la deuda de esa casa.
Right. You have issues of people buying homes that there are taxes owed on, there are liens on, and other kinds of problems with them, and they don't know about it because they don't know where to go to check, and they trust the seller who is coming to them.
En su opinión, ¿las familias que tienen menos ingresos reciben el asesoramiento que necesitan?
No, they're not nearly enough. There's a state law that allows people who are at the poverty level to literally have a 100% exemption of their taxes, but probably less than 15% of the people are even aware of that and take advantage of it.
¿Por qué no las conocen? ¿El Estado o la ciudad no las explica, no las publica?
And most cities don't.
Ustedes han llegado a ir incluso casa por casa informando a la gente de sus derechos y de la situación en la que se encontraba su vivienda.
Yes, this year we visited over 4,000 homes. We did mailings to over 40,000.
Esas familias no sabían, por ejemplo, que su casa traía deudas acumuladas y que por esa razón estaban entrando en un proceso de ejecución hipotecaria.
Yes.
Yanis, si dentro de 10 días no sois capaces de reunir $5.800, vuestra casa entraría a subasta pública y cualquier persona podría comprarla.
Correct. Yes.
¿Cómo empezó esta situación?
Well, you know, we purchased the house. That was kind of past. The coalition, the housing coalition, came knocking at the door to let me know that the house was foreclosed. And when they came knocking on the door, I kind of thought it was a joke initially until I did my due diligence and, you know, found out it was actually fact.
¿A quién le compraste la casa?
I bought it from a couple that was going through a divorce.
¿Ellos no te informaron de que la casa estaba en un proceso de ejecución hipotecario?
No.
¿No les preguntaste?
No, I assumed that I would have responsibility of the taxes. I just didn't know that they were behind and far, and I didn't really have the information to even go down there and check. Like, I didn't know what I know now. I didn't know how to check, what to check.
¿Probasteis a hablar con el condado para ver si os podía aplazar los pagos, para ver si así podíais hacer frente a ellos?
Oh, yes. I went everywhere at Monroe, at the Treasury County building, on each floor, and no one had a better answer than $5,800 in cash.
¿Cuánto pagasteis por esta casa?
$3,500.
¿Cuánto dinero podéis ofrecer vosotros o cuánto dinero estáis dispuestos a ofrecer por mantener la propiedad de la casa?
I would say $400, which is not even enough to enter the bidding. The bidding starts at $500.
¿Habéis intentado pedir un crédito?
Isn't an option.
¿Por qué?
My income doesn't support my debt.
¿Cuáles son los ingresos con los que vivís?
The income here is approximately $2,000 a month. We have 2 children. My husband works. I don't work. I got in a car accident, so I wasn't able to work since then.
Tú eras enfermera.
Yes, yes. I was making $80,000, $90,000 a year. From $80,000, $90,000 to nothing.
¿Sabes en cuánto está valorada tu casa?
I think $14,900.
Si tu casa está valorada en $14.900, podrías venderla, recuperar el dinero que pagaste y desaparecer y quitarte la deuda. Sería la siguiente persona que comprara la casa la que tendría la deuda.
No, I believe in karma. No.
No podrías hacerle lo que te hicieron a ti.
No. Karma, no. Karma, no.
Si te pregunto cómo es vivir en Detroit, ¿qué me dirías?
Just looking around is hopeless. Things are so much different in the city as it is in the suburbs, even grocerying. Everything that is unhealthy for my family is on sale. Everything that's good for my family is unaffordable. If I want fresh fruits and vegetables and fresh meat and fresh groceries, I have to go at least 20 minutes away. The only options here for my family are a bunch of unhealthy choices. As soon as you walk to each corner, you definitely can see a liquor store, or you definitely can see a church. You definitely can see a lot of abandoned buildings, a lot of abandoned properties, and this became just a cesspool. The first opportunity I have to escape, I am going to.
In the decade of the 50s, Detroit had 2 million inhabitants. Today, less than 700,000, nearly 3 times less. More than 30% of the buildings are empty or abandoned. A large part of the population lives trapped in an apocalyptic state full of burnt plots and buildings.
El factor es que no funcione ahora, casas sin gente. Solamente esta parte es espacio similar a Manhattan y San Francisco. El río de Detroit, allí es Canadá, ¿ok? Los edificios es General Motors. Las oficinas de los ejecutivos de General Motors ven Canadá, not Detroit.
Los ejecutivos miran hacia Canadá, no miran hacia Detroit.
El cataclismo es feo. No. That's my American dream, Canada. This is a nightmare. I'm going to show you. The businessmen gave police cars to the city. The people give soap and toilet paper to the firefighters.
¿Y quién le da comida, papel higiénico, coches, casas a la gente?
Good question. The people. This is Detroit.
Entonces hay dos Detroits.
There are many Detroits, but it's all one.
Estamos aquí, en medio del vecindario. Y lo que yo puedo ver, en este área, una esquina llena de basura, una casa destruida, una iglesia detrás nuestro que está reventada. Nadie, casi nadie en la calle.
Es la realidad.
¿No es triste crecer en este ambiente? La gente, ¿cómo puede crecer aquí? ¿Cómo crece aquí?
Hey, brother, you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy I'm living, I'm walking again. Every day I'm happy.
La gente no quiere que hurgues en la herida.
It hurts. And in Detroit, we're very prideful.
¿Cómo puede encajar alguien que se críe en este entorno, en este barrio, con los barrios más favorecidos? ¿Cómo se puede encajar?
If you don't do something here, we're in big trouble. You can have a restaurant with a nice steak and a big glass window, and a homeless man is staring in at you going, he's going to eat. A hungry man will eat.
Y va a hacer lo que tenga que hacer para conseguirlo. And he's going to do whatever he
He's
needs
going
to
to
do.
take it. That's what I know about human nature. That's what I know.
Si un fuego empezase aquí ahora y viniesen los bomberos,
That hydrant, I don't believe works. It doesn't look to me like it functions. So you have to go to this one. So now they're running around. Which one works?
pero esto puede pasar.
All the time. Or the fire truck will be on its way and it breaks down. Or they don't have a ladder. All the time. If somebody took an airplane
Yeah.
and flew it into the ground here,
Yeah.
who would notice? Who would notice?
Nadie.
It already happened. It's not a secret. We have issues, third world issues.
Pero estamos en el primer mundo.
In the city that grew under the wing of automobile industries, very few can afford a car. Just the insurance is around $600 to $900 monthly. Because companies flee a market full of robberies. In Motor City, public transport is non-existent. Getting to areas inside urban confines, in many cases, is testing your patience, safety, and luck.
Will, estamos en la Milla 6, un vecindario en el que la mayor parte de la población que vive aquí es de bajos ingresos. ¿Cómo es vivir aquí?
It's really an endangerment place, but a lot of drugs, a lot of violence run this place down. You want to know, I'll show you. I've been here since 8. It's really like every man for themselves. It's like gladiator school. This is my grandma's house right here.
Ahora, si miras a tu alrededor, desde aquí, ¿qué recuerdos te trae?
It brings a lot of good memories and bad memories at the same time. It was really like a neighborhood when my grandma was here, so it was like she was the heart of the block. When she had passed away, it changed. I was just turning 13. When I turned 13, that's when a lot of stuff had changed over here. I wasn't really paying attention in class because I was thinking about what I was gonna eat tonight. They caught me selling some weed and they kicked me out.
Te echaron del colegio por vender drogas y ¿qué hiciste?
That's what I really learned, how to be bad.
¿Cómo se aprende a ser malo?
I mean, it's not bad. See, that you get being bad and survival mixed up. I feel like that was my part of being survival. That was just in my instinct.
¿Y qué estabas listo para hacer? ¿Qué era?
Anything to get $1 in my pocket, that was my way of trying to get it. Because I didn't...
¿Crees que hubieras sido capaz de apuntar a alguien y matarlo?
Yes. Yes. If somebody asked me, yeah, I probably would have did it. If somebody gave me the right enough money, yeah, I would have. See, I had peers that was around me that was doing similar stuff like that. At one point in time, I thought I'd be like them one day.
¿Les admirabas?
Yeah, I did. I did, especially the ones that was gang, and they was really getting it. Like they'd pull up in nice cars, pull up with nice women. I wanted that.
¿Es fácil conseguir armas siendo un niño?
Yes, it's simple. All you gotta do is go to your mans across the street.
Es la ley del más fuerte aquí.
You either gonna eat or you gonna get ate out here. If you're not making no plan, you not keep on continuously moving, then you just gonna be out here struggling with a sad face.
Aquí viene la policía. ¿Ves a policía en este tipo de vecindarios?
They wait till somebody die, then come, after everything is done.
Nigga wanna play, we will stretch your motherfucking ass out around this bitch.
¿Qué significa la policía para ti?
They're for the citizens. They're for the everyday, upstanding, upright citizen. You call the police on me, I'm not a fucking citizen. A citizen is a person that has a job, that respects everything, that lives life the way they should, or the way society say you should. But at the same time, just like the police, one of the biggest gangs in the fucking community, they're necessary. And just every once in a while, you got a motherfucker like me that's necessary.
¿Cómo te defines a ti mismo? ¿Quién eres?
I define myself as a provider, simple and plain. I provide a way. I provide structure. I provide love, care. I can tell you a million ways I provide. It depends on what question you're asking.
Dime la más importante.
The most important way I would say I provide is by maintaining order within my family and everything around me.
¿Vendes droga? ¿Robas? ¿Qué haces para vivir?
I do it all. I wouldn't call myself no fucking entrepreneur or some shit like that. But I do whatever it takes, whatever comes across the floor.
¿Eres un líder en este vecindario? ¿La gente te respeta? People respect you.
I wouldn't call myself no boss. And I wouldn't say people have to respect me. But I would say I demand a certain amount of respect because I'm gonna give that certain amount of respect. And if something was to come between that respect, then I'm gonna make you give me that respect.
¿Te respetas a ti mismo? Do you respect yourself?
Honestly, no. But I feel I have no choice.
¿Por qué no te respetas?
Because in today's society, somebody's gotta stand for something. And in order to do that, there's lines and principles that have to be crossed. So, nah, I don't respect myself, but I love myself. You understand?
¿Qué es lo peor que le has hecho a una persona?
To a person?
Yes.
The worst thing I've ever done to a person, I set a female on fire before. She didn't die, but she burned.
Why?
Because she shot me for sticking my dick somewhere it didn't belong.
¿La engañaste?
Love.
¿Has disparado a alguien alguna vez?
Yes, I've had to. It's mine or yours.
Have you killed someone?
I mean, I've taken a life protecting my own. I would say that. I've taken more than a life protecting my own.
¿Volverías a hacerlo?
I have to. There's no other way. Your life or mine? I got 9 kids. I have responsibilities.
Tú tienes 9 hijos. You have 9 kids.
5 boys, 4 girls. I have 8 baby mothers. I have 2 kids by one. I have a little boy in the hospital right now. Everything that I am, everything that I do, everything that I'm about is for them. I do what I gotta do for them.
¿Cuánto dinero necesitas para vivir un mes? To pay the things.
Let's just put it like this. If I don't sell at least 4.5 ounces of cocaine, my family ain't gonna eat.
¿Alguna vez has intentado tener un trabajo como la mayor parte de la gente? Un trabajo en el que no tengas que llevar armas, o vender drogas, o matar.
Nah. By force, I have everything that I have.
¿Y qué tienes? What do you have?
I have everything, but at the same time, I have nothing.
¿Cuál crees que es la razón por la que has llevado esta vida?
Bad choices in the beginning of my life.
¿Te sientes responsable?
Yes. No one else.
At the start of life, we are all children. And as children, we are educated. But in the heart of Michigan, public education seems to be in a coma. The National Institute of Literacy estimates that 47% of the adults in Detroit are illiterate. This means that more than 200,000 of them aren't able to write, speak, or read correctly. Just 1 in 10 manages to finish high school. While school failure increases, the closing down of schools seems to be unstoppable.
This year, they proposed to close 38 more schools. When you close a school down, you're destroying an entire community. And the powers that be that sit down and make decisions about closing these schools, they're very aware of that. That if you close a school, then people are gonna leave that community and businesses are gonna close. This is the message that you're sending our children, that you don't care. Our kids is getting a message nobody cares about them.
Un grupo de estudiantes y de profesores han denunciado al estado de Michigan como responsable del analfabetismo de los jóvenes de esta ciudad.
The students feel like they did not have access to literacy. It's our constitutional right to be able to know how to read, right? Every little kid wants to know how to read. Many of them do not graduate ready for the world, ready for work, or ready for college. One of the main reasons they are not prepared is because during the years of the state takeover, resources were not given to the students, so they didn't have an opportunity to become literate. They maybe had 3 or 4 books that the kids had to share. So my son, who attended Detroit Public Schools, for an example, he never brought a book home. So this affected his vocabulary and him being proficient in literacy because he didn't have that opportunity. I wanted my child to have the best quality education possible, and we pay taxes. My son's school, Osborne, is one of the lowest performing schools in the United States of America when it comes to literacy.
Imagino que es muy duro matricular a tu hijo en una escuela sabiendo ya, antes de entrar, que su nivel va a ser uno de los más bajos de todo el país.
It was very difficult, but for me as a mom, I had to make a decision over his education or safety, because in Detroit, it's not a lot of high schools I could have sent my son to where I felt like he would have been safe. So I took him to Osborne because I worked there. So I said, well, at least if he goes to school where I work at, I know he'll be alive. And these are the things that parents struggle with in Detroit. So I had to make a decision, his safety or his education.
Y eligió la seguridad.
I want to keep him alive.
¿Por qué eres maestra?
I love the children. I don't do it for the money. I felt like if I left, who would they have?
¿Cuántos sueños se quedan en los pasillos de los colegios?
So many dreams have been scattered. They lose their dreams when they come to these buildings. And then the state came in and they closed dance programs, art programs, music programs, band programs.
Si cortas estas actividades, desaparece la posibilidad de conseguir una beca, que para muchos estudiantes es la única manera de ir a la universidad.
Well, those are all dreams, careers, and scholarships that those kids will never have.
¿Qué sientes ahora estando aquí?
It hurts. It's empty. And I feel like it's a reflection of my city.
¿Qué significó para ti esta escuela?
I always wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to be successful. And this was a good start. My main dream was music.
¿Eras un buen músico?
Very. I was a quick learner. Yeah. I always paid attention. I think my father always said, the more you talk, the less you learn. So I kept quiet and learned.
¿Cuándo cerraron esta escuela?
About 10 years. I was leaving high school, so 10 years ago.
¿Cómo te afectó?
Affected me deeply. I didn't get a chance to get a scholarship. I didn't get a chance to live my dream, what I wanted to do, which was music. I knew what I wanted to do. Play guitar and jazz and classical, learn blues, different genres of music. So I was in the midst of like living my dream. I just felt so close to getting there. They started firing a lot of teachers, and my band teacher happened to be one of the teachers who got fired. And I felt like when he left out the door, my dream left out the door. And that's when I didn't care anymore. I felt like my scholarship was taken away from me. They didn't fund the music program anymore. And once I felt like my dream was gone, I resorted to the streets.
¿De qué manera?
Well, I went down a bad path. And even though that was a bad decision, it landed me in some bad places. But I was fortunate enough to have a second chance.
¿Quién te dio esa segunda oportunidad?
The judge that I had when I had my case.
¿Te detuvieron entonces?
Yes.
¿Por qué?
I got around some bad people. We attempted to do a break and entry on a home. I got caught up with that, and then that was my first time getting caught, getting in trouble. And he gave me a program called HIDA, where if you complete your probation, they would wipe your felony clean off your record.
¿Os dedicabais a robar?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was everyone else was doing.
Es lo que te rodeaba.
Well, yes, thievery, drug dealing, crime, a lot of crime.
De alguna manera, tú has estado toda tu vida en este barrio. ¿Te hubiese gustado salir?
Yes, and I have. 2 years ago, I went to Arizona. I seen different. It's nothing like here. All the schools are open. There's no abandoned homes. It was something I needed for myself to see that it was something else outside of Detroit. I came back because I knew it was something here that I needed to do, and that's help out the youth.
De momento has conseguido lo que querías.
Very little.
La situación de la educación aquí en Detroit parece que de momento no mejora. Hay muchas escuelas que pueden ser cerradas este año. ¿Qué crees que le espera a tus hijos?
It doesn't seem like it's getting any better. It seems like it's just being more corrupt. It's like a foot on your neck. The kids don't have no schools to go to. The schools that are open are 15 miles away, so families that don't have vehicles, they can't drive to that school. So they're only going to become what it is, what the neighborhood is, and that's vacant. And it's a vicious cycle, on and on and on and on, and it doesn't stop. And it seems hopeless.
¿Cómo se puede educar a un niño sin esperanza?
There's no way.
¿Cómo imaginas que hubiera sido tu vida si hubieses conseguido esa beca?
I imagine all the time. I feel like that scholarship would have gave me the push that I needed. I feel like if I would have had that scholarship, I probably would be teaching myself. I would have come back to my city and teach kids. I felt like I would have had the music teaching that I needed to teach others, to teach other kids, because that's really what I wanted to do. Once I would have got to my dream and I would have lived it out, I feel like I would have came back and gave back to the community.